Welcome back today. In this video, we'll be taking a closer look at the top 4 most valuable United Kingdom halfpenny 1 halfpenny coins. These small bronze coins, often overlooked, hold surprising value depending on their year of issue, mint mark, and condition. Collectors around the world continue to search for rare varieties and high-grade examples that can fetch significant prices at auction. Let's dive in and uncover which halfpenny coins stand out the most. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom new halfpenny from 1978. While this small copper coin may not look like much at first glance, it carries with it an intriguing story, a legacy tied to Britain's decimalisation system, and even a modest presence in the collector's market. In this video, we'll uncover the history behind the 1978 halfpenny, explore its unique features, and analyze its rarity and market value in today's auctions. Whether you're a beginner coin collector or an experienced numismatist, this is a coin worth knowing about. The halfpenny, or 1/2p, was introduced in the United Kingdom as part of the decimalisation of currency in 1971, when Britain moved away from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. At the time, one new penny was equal to 2.4 old pence, and the halfpenny was introduced to help with small everyday transactions. By 1978, the coin was already in full circulation and produced at the Royal Mint in large numbers. However, as inflation increased, the halfpenny gradually lost its purchasing power, and people began to see it as unnecessary. Although still struck in 1978, the denomination would eventually be demonetised in 1984, making it a short-lived yet historically significant coin in modern British currency. The 1978 halfpenny was struck in bronze and is one of the smallest denominations in the decimal system. On the obverse, it features the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which had been in use since 1968. This portrait shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a gift she received as a wedding present. On the reverse, designed by Christopher Ironside, the coin displays an image of St. Edward's crown, symbolizing the monarchy and the strength of British heritage. The denomination 1/2 is clearly marked underneath the crown, making it instantly recognizable. Its diameter of 17.14 mm and weight of 1.78 grams make it a small but historically significant coin. Unlike some rare mint errors or limited issue commemoratives, the 1978 halfpenny was minted in large quantities for circulation. Therefore, it is not considered rare in the general sense. Millions were produced, and they were widely used in everyday transactions. However, because the halfpenny was discontinued in 1984, many people discarded or overlooked them, leading to fewer surviving examples in high grades today. Coins in damaged or heavily circulated condition are extremely common and hold only modest collector value. Most collectors would consider such coins as fillers, suitable for completing a decimal set but not as prized items. Still, for enthusiasts of British decimal history, even a damaged 1978 halfpenny can hold symbolic importance, as it represents a bygone era of currency that many younger generations have never seen in circulation. In terms of market value, the 1978 new halfpenny in fine condition generally sells for only a small amount, typically between $322,000. This reflects its high mintage numbers and relatively low demand. In damaged or poor condition, its value might be negligible, often considered worth only its sentimental or historical value. However, in uncirculated or proof-like condition, the coin can fetch more, sometimes ranging from $214,000 at auctions or through specialist dealers. It is not a coin that will make collectors rich, but it is one that enriches any British decimal coin collection. For those outside the UK, acquiring such coins can carry a slightly higher premium due to shipping costs or scarcity in local markets. If you are interested in collecting the 1978 halfpenny, here are a few tips to keep in mind. First, condition is everything in modern coins. While circulated and damaged examples are plentiful and inexpensive, you should aim to find well-preserved coins, ideally graded uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated. Second, check for any possible errors, such as off-center strikes, doubling, or unusual toning, which could make an otherwise common coin far more interesting and valuable. Third, always store your coins properly in protective flips or albums to prevent corrosion, since bronze coins are prone to tarnishing over time. Finally, remember that although the 1978 halfpenny may not be rare, it is part of the larger story of Britain's currency history, making it an essential piece for those who want a complete decimal collection. In conclusion, the United Kingdom's 1978 new halfpenny is a coin that combines modest value with great historical importance. While it is not rare and will not command high auction prices in most cases, it represents an important stage in the UK's decimal currency system and carries the charm of a denomination that has since disappeared. Collectors appreciate it for its design, its connection to Queen Elizabeth II's long reign, and its role in the short-lived halfpenny series. Whether you own one in fine condition or you're still searching for a high-grade example, this little bronze coin is a fascinating reminder of Britain's evolving coinage and an accessible addition to any collection. Next up, the United Kingdom's new halfpenny, also known as the one halfpenny coin, from the year 1971 in circulated condition. While it may appear small and ordinary at first glance, this coin holds a special place in British numismatic history. We'll uncover its background, unique features, and how its rarity, even in damaged or circulated form, can influence its value at auctions in the United States and beyond. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin important and what you might expect if you come across one today. The 1971 halfpenny was first issued to the public during the major changeover known as Decimal Day on February 15, 1971, when Britain transitioned from the old pre-decimal currency system to the modern decimal system we use today. Prior to decimalisation, the British currency was complex, with pounds, shillings, and pence. The halfpenny introduced in 1971 was the smallest coin in size and value under the new decimal system. It remained in circulation until 1984 when it was withdrawn, as inflation made its purchasing power nearly meaningless. Despite its short time in circulation, the 1971 halfpenny remains an important symbol of the decimalisation era, representing both the excitement and controversy of the United Kingdom's new currency system. The 1971 halfpenny is easily identifiable thanks to its small copper-plated bronze appearance, measuring just 17 millimeters in diameter. On the obverse side, you'll find the profile of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, a familiar portrait used on several coins of the time. On the reverse, designed by Christopher Ironside, you'll see a depiction of St. Edward's crown along with the denomination 1/2 new penny. The word new was included to distinguish decimal coins from the old pre-decimal ones, a detail that collectors often find historically significant. Its lightweight, tiny size, and copper color made it both practical and easy to lose, which is one reason surviving examples often show heavy circulation, wear, or damage at first glance. You might think the 1971 halfpenny is too common to be worth collecting. After all, millions were minted. However, the reality is a bit more nuanced. Because this coin was so small and had such little value, many were quickly spent into circulation, mishandled, or damaged over time. Today, uncirculated examples are relatively easy to find, but circulated or damaged ones attract a different kind of collector interest. Some hobbyists specifically seek heavily circulated pieces as a way to preserve the everyday history of Britain's decimalisation. Coins with unusual toning, scratches, or dents can still be desirable if they tell a story. While not classed as rare in mint condition, in damaged circulated condition these coins reflect the genuine wear and tear of the early 1970s era, adding a sentimental factor that keeps them relevant in today's auction markets. So how much is a 1971 halfpenny worth today in the auction market? In circulated or damaged condition, its value is modest but still noteworthy for entry-level collectors. On average, a circulated 1971 halfpenny sells for about $331,000, depending on condition. More heavily worn examples often trade at the lower end, while coins with interesting patina or unique damage can sometimes bring slightly higher bids. Uncirculated specimens, by contrast, can fetch $225,000, and proof issues or rare mint errors can climb much higher, sometimes reaching $20 or more in US auctions. While it may not make you rich, the 1971 halfpenny in circulated condition remains a fun and affordable collectible, often bought in bulk by collectors seeking to complete their decimal sets. If you're thinking about collecting the 1971 halfpenny, here are a few helpful tips. First, pay attention to condition. While circulated examples are easy to find, higher grades such as uncirculated or proof will hold more value in the long run. Second, always look out for minting errors, such as misstrikes, die cracks, or off-center strikes, which can dramatically increase the coin's value. Third, Keep in mind that many of these coins were stored away in jars or drawers when withdrawn in the 1980s, so checking family collections or flea markets could lead to exciting finds. Lastly, if you plan to resell, bundle several halfpennies together to make them more appealing to buyers at auction. Single coins in damaged condition may not fetch much individually, but grouped lots can attract more serious bids. The 1971 United Kingdom new halfpenny may not be a rare treasure in pristine condition, but it remains an important collectible that represents a pivotal moment in British monetary history. Its small size, unique design, and association with decimalisation make it a nostalgic piece for collectors worldwide. In circulated and even damaged condition, it still holds value both financially and historically, often selling for up to $1 in US auctions. Whether you're just starting out as a collector or adding to an established British coin collection, the 1971 halfpenny is a coin worth considering. Affordable, historically significant, and full of character, it reminds us how even the smallest coins can tell the biggest stories. Next up, the United Kingdom new halfpenny from 1974, specifically in dirty or heavily circulated condition. While many people dismiss these small coins as worthless pocket change, their history, design, and collector interest tell a much deeper story. We'll dive into its background, unique features, rarity, and how its condition influences its auction market value in dollars. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes the 1974 halfpenny worth your attention. The 1974 halfpenny belongs to the decimal series of British coins introduced after Decimal Day in February 1971. Before decimalisation, Britain used pounds, shillings, and pence, which made the currency system complicated. The new halfpenny or one halfpenny was the smallest denomination under the decimal system, both in size and in value. By 1974, the coin had been circulating for just a few years, and it was already becoming one of the most commonly used small change coins in the UK. However, as inflation grew, its purchasing power declined, and by 1984 the coin was officially withdrawn from circulation. Today, coins like the 1974 halfpenny serve as a tangible reminder of the UK's currency transition and the everyday life of the 1970s. The 1974 halfpenny is a small, copper-plated bronze coin measuring 17 mm in diameter and weighing only 1.78 grams. On the obverse, front, it features the famous portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, which shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This portrait was used on UK coins throughout the 1970s and is one of the most recognisable images in British coinage. On the reverse, back, designed by Christopher Ironside, you'll see St. Edward's crown with the words New Penny and the fraction 1/2 below it. The word new was included to distinguish these coins from the old pre-decimal halfpenny, which had a completely different design. This combination of traditional royal symbolism with the new decimal identity gives the coin its historic character. While the 1974 halfpenny is not considered rare in general, its condition plays a major role in its appeal to collectors. Millions of these coins were minted for everyday use, and as a result, many have survived in heavily circulated, dirty, or even corroded condition. In numismatics, such coins are usually regarded as low-grade examples, but they still hold a place in the hobby. Some collectors actively seek coins that show clear evidence of circulation because they tell a story. Each scratch, mark, or stain is a piece of living history from the UK's 1970s economy. Additionally, unusual toning, environmental damage, or minting errors on dirty coins can sometimes make them stand out, sparking bidding interest at auctions despite their condition. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know: how much is a 1974 halfpenny worth today, especially in dirty or heavily circulated condition? On average, a standard 1974 halfpenny in such condition typically sells for between $431,000 in the US market. However, examples with distinctive patterns, unusual colorations, or minor minting errors may reach $20 at auctions or online marketplaces. Higher-grade uncirculated specimens, by contrast, can sell for $324,000, and proof or rare error versions can climb much higher, sometimes even exceeding $122,000. While a dirty coin won't make you rich, it can still be a fun and affordable way to start or expand a collection of British decimal coins. If you're thinking about collecting the 1974 halfpenny, here are some tips to get the most out of your hobby. First, even if your coin is dirty, handle it carefully. Don't clean it aggressively, as improper cleaning can reduce its collector value. Second, store your coins in a dry, cool environment to prevent further corrosion or damage. Third, pay attention to minting errors. Double strikes, off-center designs, or unusual flaws can greatly increase the coin's value, even in low-grade condition. Finally, consider building a complete set of UK decimal halfpennies from 1971 to 1984. It's an affordable and historically rich project for beginners and seasoned collectors alike. The 1974 United Kingdom new halfpenny may be small and common, but it carries a big historical significance as part of the UK's decimalisation journey. In dirty or heavily circulated condition, it may not be worth a fortune, but it still holds value both as a collectible and as a piece of everyday British history from the 1970s. At auctions, these coins can sell for up to a few dollars depending on uniqueness and condition, making them an excellent entry point for new collectors. Whether you're drawn to its royal design, its role in decimalisation, or its affordability, the 1974 halfpenny is a charming and meaningful addition to any collection. Next up, the United Kingdom new halfpenny from 1979, specifically in fine condition. This little copper coin might seem insignificant at first glance, but it's an important part of British numismatic history. We'll cover its origins, unique design features, rarity, and current market value in US dollars. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or a curious beginner, this video will give you everything you need to know about the 1979 halfpenny. The 1979 halfpenny is part of Britain's decimal coinage series, introduced after the country transitioned to decimal currency on Decimal Day February 15, 1971. Before decimalisation, British currency was a complex system of pounds, shillings, and pence. The new halfpenny, or 1/2p, was introduced as the smallest decimal denomination and was intended to make pricing more convenient. By 1979, the coin had already been in circulation for 8 years and was still a common sight in wallets and purses. However, its tiny value meant that people often treated it carelessly, and inflation gradually eroded its usefulness. By the early 1980s, public opinion turned against the coin, and in 1984 it was officially withdrawn from circulation. Today, coins from the 1970s, like the 1979 halfpenny, are collected as historical reminders of Britain's decimal transition. The 1979 halfpenny is a small copper-plated bronze coin, weighing just 1.78 grams with a diameter of 17 millimeters. On the obverse side, it features the second definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by sculptor Arnold Machin. This portrait shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a familiar and elegant image that collectors recognize instantly. On the reverse side, designed by Christopher Ironside, is an image of St. Edward's crown with the words "new penny" above and the fraction 1/2 below. The inclusion of the word "new" distinguished the decimal coins from their pre-decimal counterparts. Its small size, distinctive reddish-brown color, and simple but regal design make it a memorable part of UK coinage history. Although the 1979 halfpenny was minted in large numbers, its condition plays a major role in its desirability. Most examples were used heavily in everyday transactions and are now found in worn or dirty condition. For collectors, coins in fine condition showing moderate wear but with clear details are far more appealing than heavily damaged pieces. Interestingly, some collectors even seek out coins with unusual toning or environmental wear because they tell the story of how the coin circulated during Britain's late 1970s economy. While the 1979 halfpenny is not rare in the traditional sense, finding one in consistently fine or uncirculated condition is becoming harder as time goes on, which is slowly increasing interest among numismatists. Now let's get to the part everyone wants to know. What is a 1979 halfpenny worth today? In fine condition, a typical example generally sells for $531,000 in the US market. Coins in very fine or extremely fine condition can reach $421,000, while uncirculated or mint condition examples may sell for $114,000. Proof issues, rare minting errors, or coins with unusual toning can climb even higher, sometimes reaching $15 or more at auctions or online marketplaces. While the coin isn't going to make you rich, it's an affordable and historically significant piece for anyone building a British decimal collection. If you're interested in collecting the 1979 halfpenny, here are some tips to keep in mind. First, focus on condition. Fine or better grades are more attractive to collectors and will hold more value in the long term. Second, store your coins properly. Use acid-free holders or coin flips to prevent further wear and corrosion. Third, keep an eye out for minting errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or planchette flaws, which can dramatically increase a coin's value. Lastly, consider building a complete set of UK decimal halfpennies from 1971 through 1984 to get a full picture of the series. This is an inexpensive but rewarding way to understand Britain's currency transition. The 1979 United Kingdom new halfpenny may be small in size and modest in value, but it carries big historical significance. As part of the decimal series, it represents an important shift in Britain's monetary system, and in fine condition, it's an attractive and affordable collectible. While not rare in the strictest sense, its value at auction can range from a few cents to several dollars depending on condition and unique features. Whether you're just starting out in coin collecting or adding to an established British collection, the 1979 halfpenny is a piece of history worth holding onto. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more episodes on rare coins.